Did you know that plants can be albino? So, when you think of something that's albino, you probably think of a animal, like a bird or a reptile or a mammal or something. Even people can have albinism like humans can, but it's due to a lack of pigmentation in the skin cells or other external cells. In the case of humans, it's a complete lack of a melanin producing gene. So the melanin is what causes skin color and pigment. So if you are lacking melanin, you do not have any pigmentation in your skin. It can occur in other things too, like birds can get it, other mammals can get it, etc., etc., and plants can also get it, and that is due to a lack of chlorophyll being produced. So, chlorophyll is what makes plants green. No chlorophyll, no color. However, chlorophyll is also essential for photosynthesis, which is how plants get energy. So, if there are no chlorophyll producing cells, photosynthesis can't happen, so the plants cannot create their own energy like they normally do. So, albinism, for example, in this plant, it's not photoshopped, it looks like it is, but it's actually not. It produces just a total lack of pigmentation, which normally in most settings results in the plant dying because it can't get energy. Like, in lab settings or garden settings, they can sometimes grow a little bit due to the energy that was stored in the seed from germination and all that, but they often don't grow to full adulthood, and if they do grow a little bit, they're often like small and stunted and not very healthy. However, there are a few cases found in the wild where albino plants survive into adulthood and they actually thrive pretty damn well, like this bush here. So some hypotheses to how they survive might be that this plant has adapted to be a parasite on neighboring plants and kind of entangle itself in the root system and take energy from the neighboring plants that they can produce through photosynthesis happening normally. So, like the albino plant grows, it entwines its roots with neighboring normal plants and basically sucks sugar out of it like a plant vampire, essentially. These plants are essentially vampires. That is one hypothesis. There is a phenomenon seen, though, specifically in redwood trees, like this one. There are albino redwood trees that come off of a parent plant, so when seeds are dropped, some of them happen to have the albino gene. Very rare, but it does happen, and they grow into a sapling redwood in a large redwood forest. Now, these albino redwood plants, like other albino plants, cannot produce glucose due to photosynthesis because they don't have chlorophyll, but they are almost entirely fully supported by their neighboring parent plants. And this is not parasitic like the hypothesis for some other plants. This is actually fucking hell, a mutualistic relationship between the albino plant and the rest of the redwood trees. So, same thing happens, the roots intertwine with the larger root network of the big redwood forest, because most redwood forests have this extensive root network that connects all of the trees there, but it entwines in that, and it's nutrients from all of the rest of the trees, and in turn acts as kind of an extra immune booster. It helps protect the other redwoods against pathogens better. But again, that is kind of just a leading hypothesis. I don't know if it's actually been confirmed yet, or if it's just a hypothesis such as the other parasitic hypothesis of other albino plants. Then, as with humans, albinism can be partial, full, or anywhere in between. There can be spotting on it where there's just white patches instead of fully white, or the color can be more diluted and washed out, so be a very, very pale green instead of a actual bright green. So there is variation in it, but I just learned about this recently and I thought it was cool.